maybe I'll start a show for you to come on, and we'll call it What Jeopardy?
No, we don't need it. We don't need it.
Tom Hanks is facing tremendous backlash after this horrible skit that he did on SNL celebrating their 50th year anniversary this past Saturday night. Not too many people even still watch SNL except for, a lot of snobby liberals. But on this episode, they decided that they were going to take some jabs at President Trump. And Tom Hanks just outdid himself. He outdid himself so much that the backlash was so bad, he ended up storming out of the SNL studios before the show was even done. But check out this report here from Fox News. Says Tom Hanks hammered for disgusting portrayal of white Trump supporter in SNL skit. Because what they did is they make it like every Trump supporter is a racist. Now, I just so happen to be a black man, if you didn't notice, and I am a diehard Trump supporter. Am I racist too? As a matter of fact, a lot of people in deep blue New York ended up endorsing and supporting President Trump. Are they racist? As a matter of fact, let's go to CBS's own poll. And when CBS does a poll, they're not going out to conservatives or Trump supporters, because most Trump supporters don't even want to talk to the lamestream media. And the reason why I use the lamestream media's ratings and approval, because we know that they don't like him. So anytime they have something positive, that it's probably even higher than that. But CBS, Trump's overall job rating, and this is as of February the 7th, 2025, is 53%. And guess what? That's not all racist white people. There's black. Matter of fact, the crazy thing about them even saying that is President Trump got the most support of any Republican candidate in history with black men and with Hispanic men. I believe Hispanic men voted at 54% for President Trump, and black men voted at 20%, which is extremely high for that demographic, especially with the way that the Democrat Party has just completely brainwashed a lot of people that are on that Democrat plantation. And that's not just including black people. That's black, white, brown, anybody that's following lock and step with the Democrat Party of today. What could they possibly be celebrating? What can they say? How can they justify being a member of that party? What good is being done, has been done? They always say that Trump is the party of the elitists, but in reality, the present day Democrat Party is the party of billionaires, and the Republican Party, the MAGA Party, that is the party of the working man and woman. So let's get back to it. So he does this skit, and let's check out what the media had to say, because he just got destroyed across all platforms. Tom Hanks hammered for disgusting portrayal of white Trump supporter in SNL skit. Hanks played the same MAGA character in 2016, just before Trump's first election victory. The same exact skit in 2016. And see, the Democrats don't have any new playbooks, so that's why they go back to the same old crap. They're going into the black church, and they knocking on doors, and they hooting and hollering and singing Negro spirituals outside of courthouses like this is 1962. No, the game has changed. If you're enjoying this video and you like the content, do me a solid. Hit that like button. I'll never ask you for a cash app. I will never ask you for a super chat. But you hitting that like button, that is currency, because it helps spread the video around and get other people to see it. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. On this channel, I share political and current events and selling tips and techniques. So subscribe to the channel. And when you do, hit the notification bell and select all. That way, you'll be updated whenever I upload new videos. But it says, actor Tom Hanks' appearance on Saturday Night Live for its 50th anniversary special sparked controversy online after Hanks portrayed a white Trump supporter wearing a MAGA hat and sporting a rural accent. In the skit, Hanks' character appears on a parody game show called Black Jeopardy. After he gets a correct answer and is congratulated, Hanks initially refuses to shake the black host's hand, played by Kenan Thompson. And this is the actual skit here. Let me finish reading this, and I'll go back to the skit. For its 50-year anniversary special, SNL had Tom Hanks play a racist Trump supporter afraid to shake a black man's hand. Outkick founder Clay Travis wrote on X Monday. Fun fact, Trump's 2024 election win was the least racially divisive American election since 1964. Fact. Hanks played the same character in the 2016 SNL skit that aired just days before President Donald Trump was elected to his first term in office. Former political advisor to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Link Lauren, also responded to the skit on X, calling it a tired trope and suggesting it's the reason for SNL's ratings tank. Tom Hanks just came out on SNL in a MAGA hat for a bit where he acted like he didn't want to shake a black man's hand, Lauren wrote. This show wonders why the ratings are in the gutter. Trump won the popular vote. This tired trope that MAGA is racist is disgusting. SNL is an unfunny show for snobbish liberal elites. The current Republican Party is a big tent coalition compromise of many former Democrats. Good riddance, SNL. And you know what? That's a fact. Remember, President Trump got a little over 77 million votes and 326 electoral college votes. Now, back when he won against Hillary Clinton, you remember what the big outroar was? The big outrage was that Hillary Clinton had won the popular vote. Trump won the electoral college. So they said that he wasn't the real president because she won the popular vote. And as a matter of fact, they actually had plans. They had plans that they were going to remove. They were going to fight to get the electoral college completely abolished and just go off the popular vote. So if somehow this year Trump would not have gotten the popular vote and would have just gotten the electoral college, they were going to try to get the electoral college abolished and just go to the popular vote, which is why the whole flood of illegal immigrants came into play. Because the more citizens you have in your district, that means the more congressional seats you get. And a lot of people don't know that. It's not even about what their voting preference is initially. It's about how many people you have in an area, and that number is how many congressional seats you get. And then if you get a lot of congressional seats in a deep blue area, just by the herd effect, you'll have people in that area voting a certain way. And of course, with them saying, hey, if you vote red, you're going to get deported, it would have been a mess. But that was the whole push. So the fact that President Trump won not only the electoral college by landslide, he won the popular vote by millions, which completely destroyed their dream of being able to abolish the electoral college. So let's get back up to this skit and let's look at Tom Hanks, the idiot he made of himself.
Well, thank you. Hey, now speaking of church, can I say something? If more folks went to church, we wouldn't be in this mess we're in now.
You know what? I agree with you, Doug. I'd like to shake your hand, sir. Here we go.
No,
Oh, no. It's just a handshake. Yeah, it's just a handshake. Yeah, all right. You're welcome at Black Jeopardy anytime.
All right. Well, thank you, my brother. Maybe I'll start a show for you to come on, and we'll call it What Jeopardy?
No, we don't need it. We don't need it.
Now, what was the point of that? What was the point of that? There was no point whatsoever. It's not funny. It was used already. It's recycled from 2016 when Trump was running his first time. And this just shows you only some snobbish liberal would even think that that's funny on national TV, depicting an entire group of people based over their political choices, their ideology. They all have to be labeled as a racist. And then what about the black and the brown people that are involved in it? Are we racist too? And see, that's where the argument loses all of its merit. Because if that were true, you wouldn't see as many black men and women, Hispanic men and women, should I say just black and brown people of color who are supporting President Trump. The working class are supporting the conservative movement in a way that it's never seen before. And that's not because people are supporting some races. As a matter of fact, every single thing they tried to pigeonhole President Trump on, saying that he was a racist, it was completely busted. It was a myth. Now, former President Joe Biden, this is the co-author of the 1994 crime bill that mass incarcerated black and brown men by the millions. This is the man who was mentored by Robert KKK Byrd, the senator from West Virginia, who was the exalted cyclops of the KKK. His words, not mine. It's even in his own book. He actually eulogized this man at his funeral service. Strom Thurmond. These guys were Joe Biden's mentors. This is the man who said they're going to put y'all back in chains. If you don't vote for him, you ain't black. This is that same gentleman who said that he didn't want the schools segregated because he didn't want his children going to school like it was the jungle. This is the Joe Biden. And see, the Democrat Party has historically, just look at the policies that they put out. They put them out like it's a great thing. It's like the welfare program. The welfare program was meant to be able to give somebody temporary relief and a benefit. if a family lost the provider of the house due to sickness, due to death, or due to just unemployment, getting laid off, that's there to provide temporary assistance, not generational. There are generations of people who are on this program and have never strived for anything better out of fear of losing that program. So you know what happens? The father's no longer in the home. You know why? Because the mother's married to the government. The government becomes the parents of the children. There you start having drag queen story hour in your preschool and kindergarten classes. This is where you have young men having emotional outbursts because somebody called them out of their name. These things all stem from these programs, and they're called entitlement programs. Now, don't get it twisted. There are certain situations where those things are useful and needed, but somebody being on them for 30 years, from the time that they're 19 or 20, popping out children and driving a better car than somebody that gets up and goes out to work every day, no. And these are Democrat policies that they knew would guarantee vote from a certain group of people. And these same group of people, they also know that if you want to hide anything, put it inside of a book from them, because they're not going to do the research. They're not going to read. They're not going to investigate. As a matter of fact, they want you to tell them what to think. Here's the Democrat slogan: vote blue no matter who. Now, that's not some of the most brainwashed, propaganda generating slogan you've ever heard in your life. I don't know what is. Now, I'm all about supporting your party and going down ballot, but to vote blue no matter who, meaning, hey, listen, don't care about the name, don't care about what they stand for. They're on our team, support it. On this side, on the right side, on the red side, we don't do that. As a matter of fact, in our primaries, we had some people up there. President Trump had a fight in his hands with DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Vivek. They literally rigged the Democrat primaries so that nobody would face Joe Biden, because he would have got obliterated by somebody who could just stand and breathe. They did a media blackout on RFK Jr., which flipped him to where now he's on Trump's team. They did a media blackout on Marianne Williamson. They hate that lady because they felt like she cost Hillary Clinton the 2016 election. Dean Phillips has been exercised. He probably won't get another dollar from the DNC because he contested Joe Biden and the media ignored Dean Phillips. And he dared go to a Trump rally and say that it was far better than what the media and the Democrats have been selling. So the propaganda is real. They're not going to stop either. We have to keep sharing this type of information. But for and then these Hollywood snobs, you know, for Tom Hanks to make a reference about we could all go to church, him and his Hollywood cronies don't believe in God. They believe in a whole nother, they have another God. Their God likes to allegedly do things with small people, small children, animals, weirdo stuff. But that's what he considers to be cool. The folks that lie, misrepresent, and steal from their people. He loves Gavin Newsom. He loves Kamala Harris. He loves Joe Biden. But oh my goodness, Trump and Elon Musk going in and actually catching waste. Enemy number one. And you know the old saying, a hit dog will holler. And they're hollering. So I just wanted to jump in and share this piece of crap skit that Tom Hanks did on SNL's 50th. SNL, they're not what they used to be. They actually used to be funny, but then they turned political and it's been downhill ever since. Like, only snobbish liberals watch that show. They do the terrible, they got Alec Baldwin that has the nerve to play the Trump role. He's out here shooting people on the sets of movies, getting off for it too. He ain't gonna go overseas trying to preach some righteousness and down talk people that supported Trump as somehow being ignorant and uninformed, after he literally is coming off the heels of taking the life of somebody and getting off for it. But he's going to preach and act like he's holier than thou. Man, GTFOH. If I was a cursing man, you know what I would be meaning to say. But I just want to jump in and share that with you. I appreciate it. And as always, if you haven't already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm Brian Maxwell saying thank you. And I look forward to seeing you at the top. Over and out.